5 now. Hello and welcome to Empire of the Lost, week 7? 6?
You give a shit?
I have no idea. I'm
Seven,
fairly certain
five.
it's 6. It's
Last
6,
time was
right?
6. I don't know
Oh.
if the last
right,
time
because
was
I left.
correctly 6, but it was
I
6.
wasn't there.
So this is week 7. Maybe. Who knows? Once we go through the VOD, you'll see the correct week. Whatever.
It's one of
It's Empire of the Lost next. Yeah. We're back.
Yeah.
For more fun. -1. I can't rhyme further than that. So, how's everybody's week been?
Pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any-
I've
True.
gotten 6 total hours of sleep in the last 48 hours.
That's fun.
Right.
Perfect.
We're gonna have fun.
I went to a
You been
college.
working a lot?
Go
No.
ahead, Adrian.
Because I remember you were at like that beauty salon or something? Or no, the beauty salon school, right? Something like that?
Yeah, no. That's not until August.
Oh, okay.
No,
So,
I just
how
didn't
was everyone-
sleep.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe you should get some sleep. That might help a bit. A little bit. Probably.
The game
Are you
does.
frozen or are you just... Okay, never mind. Alright, there you go. Because it was weird because you were just smiling and it was a me moment. Anyway, how's everyone else doing?
I'm enrolling in a college for this fall, so
Nice.
luckily it's not going to affect with the schedule. I have classes on Mondays and Thursdays, so I'm good.
Guys, our baby's grown up.
I'm not a baby.
She's going
A little
places.
babble.
She's going places.
Here? Okay then. I'm going to major in communication media. I can't speak.
Okay.
That means animation.
Ah! Nice.
Cool.
Nice. You can make this into an animated movie.
Yes.
Sure.
I genuinely love to have little animated shorts of our fucking shenanigans.
I just
I
want an
think I would
animated
actually-
short of Adrian's character, which only character so far currently, but Raya going through her death scene of I'm going to Valhalla. Surprise! This ain't Valhalla, bitch.
Fucking Eldritch whore.
Memify it
Surprise,
to
motherfucker.
all fuck. Please.
Yeah, I will totally do that. That'd be fun. Genghis's death. That'd be sad.
Oh.
How about the boys?
When you
Any
almost
of you
get-
guys have anything fun this week?
I don't talk about myself. Done.
Oh, yeah. Never.
No, I don't.
You, Chris?
Been a lot of work, schoolwork, playing some Fire Emblem. I ran a one-shot for a group on Monday that's boiling over to like 2 or 3 games. So we'll do that again tomorrow. It's been fun.
Nice. What
That
type
sounds
of, what system?
It's 3.5. So it
Nothing
went,
different. Sorry, go on.
no, it went well. They got through like 40% of a dungeon, so we'll pick that back up tomorrow and see where it goes.
Nice, nice. Any highlights?
There's a warlock who just apparently gets like free dimension door, like at will for 40 or 50 feet, so she can kind of get around some things pretty easily.
Hmm.
Which I had no idea about, but
What an asshole.
no, it's fine. It works for her. They completely subverted the entry fight with it.
Cool.
So they're just gonna dimension door through the whole dungeon, grab the loot, and then dimension door all the way back out.
Nah, shut up.
she's limited to 40 or 50 feet, so she can't go through like big spaces, but she can get around some stuff.
And lastly, Philip.
That's gonna be interesting.
Nothing much happening with me. Still doing my summer course of computer science, and outside of that, that's basically it. Sorry, the screen's changed on my screen, so I was wondering if someone just suddenly dropped. Changed
Nope.
positions, but no, nothing changed. Thank goodness.
Computer problems.
And on my end, I haven't been doing anything much besides still running games, still working 6 days a week. But still coming back to entertain all you guys and even more so the viewers. So, yay!
Yay!
I've only slept for 2 hours. So, you guys ready to jump into this?
I haven't slept. I'm
This is
kind
gonna
of sleep
be-
deprived, but
So much fun.
Yay for sleep deprivation.
Sleep deprivation is a thing.
yes, it is. That you can die from.
Please, kids,
Thank
make
you,
sure that
Philip.
you even out your sleep schedules. It's a good thing.
Well,
Don't undercut.
PSA, kids. Sleep.
sleep is not for the
That's
weak.
it. That's the whole PA.
PSA, Nightxgamer endorses sleep.
Sleep is not for the weak.
Yes, because you're night, sleep, kind of always
Don't
goes
sleep.
hand in hand.
You will die.
Pretty much.
I see what you did there.
Oh boy, oh joy. That too is all my rhyming can do. Ah!
Ah,
Thank you. I try my best. So, where we last left off, our group finds themselves at the table of an illustrious host, though an unexpected one, as this man dressed in this elegantly black and gold and overly pompous house robe sits at the head of the table, currently using this levitating hand to bring his food to his mouth while having a book in one hand open, while the rest of the group reapproaches themselves and tries to evaluate what it is that the situation that they have themselves in. Looking at him, he seems to be nothing more than a very tan verve compared to what verves are supposed to look like. Instead of pale skin and either ivory or teal eyes, he has a slightly darker complexion and hard gold eyes and a face that seems to prelude to someone that's seen much combat in his day. But outside of that, he doesn't seem to be overly bulk, minus the fact that he had enough power to keep you guys subdued, which still is a nagging reminder in the back of your head. And as he just sits there, effortlessly turning the page without even using a finger, the camera just pans over the table that's still filled with the steaming hot food. Turkey, lamb, hash in different types, mash, anything that you can think of laid before you over this table as it pans over the steam and goes over each one of your faces as it finally settles, as the mood is tense and uncertain as your illustrious host eats patiently. So, as the scene opens up, the camera just hangs waiting for the first person to break the silence. Currently, Fayana holding on to Arsis, who doesn't seem to be harmed, though, out of all of you, looks to be in the best condition. Her items aren't on her, but she's wearing a dress that seems to be scores upon scores finer than what she had earlier, compared to her battle dress that was already tainted with blood and previous combat from the time being in the Dark Plane. And as for everyone else, Smokey seems to just be glaring at this guy right now, back to being weaponless and naked. And Bratsulian, in a similar sense, arms crossed and just untrusting of this host, but with enough sense to field submissive nature to him, not to cause more of an issue, which he already pressed with everyone else back in captivity. As the camera moves along to every single other person in here, it stops on the long, black-haired, tattooed-faced individual that seems to be the most out of place out of anyone here. Go ahead and describe how you're dealing with this currently.
It's not a tattoo, it's face paint. There's a difference. Important difference.
Have you checked?
Yes.
Check again.
Nah.
Okay then.
So, like, he would, like, look around, like, not, like, he's not feeling any safer being around this host than he is being around the people he's standing next to. Have already given him quite a hostile introduction, actually. And one of them's claimed that they're in the dark or something, which, while I don't appear to be lying about it, it's not something he can really believe. It's very far-fetched. So he doesn't really trust anyone here, and he's not feeling exactly very safe, even though having his items won't really make him safer. He doesn't really feel safe that he doesn't have those. So he would kind of look from side to side a bit. This is great and all, but you think I could have my stuff back, please?
With the silence broken, tension still taut, the only response you really get is the sound of the spectral hand clanking a spoon against a bowl inside of one of the entrees in front of him, as it levitates to the air and floats into the host's mouth as he remains silent, eyes fixed on the book that he seems to be reading. As the camera moves from Akiyama's face, that is less than preferable, as it moves over to Riker.
Raceland, was it?
Describe yourself in the scene, because it's still opening.
It's he's not really moving a lot, just kind of looking about after seeing that Arceus is okay, and fixated on the host for the most part, looking for exits.
And almost as if the camera was moving, connected to your head, it surveys the room. Looking about you, you see more of these bookshelves, even in this room, that seems to line the two main walls. And covering them is tomes upon tomes of separate types of novels, books, readings. Titles that don't particularly stand out to any of you with a casual glance. But outside of that, looking to the front of the room that's directly behind his chair, you see a singular doorway with a closed ebony lined door with gold handles and a phoenix insignia on the front of the door. Behind you, the only other door, which is what you used to get in here initially. As you spoke up asking him his name, his brow would raise as you would catch a glance of his eyes meeting yours for a moment, as an unintelligible cocky grin just goes over his face before returning his gaze back to his book, his hand continually feeding him. As the panning camera then continues to move over to the next person, as it moves to Raya.
Who is seething. If it was a cartoon, you'd see the steam coming from her ears.
I'm imagining.
Just staring. Arms crossed, not saying a fucking word.
It's almost if he was capable of deflecting your pensive glares with no fear for his own life. He does so, as he doesn't even bat an eye, as your glare is enough to melt butter. And as it just quickly continues to move, it moves to Asteron.
Asteron right now is being uncharacteristically quiet, fiddling with his right hand finger. As you'll probably see, he doesn't have the ring that he had on. His eyes are kind of darting around a bit, trying to figure out where it is. And he looks very uncomfortable with the situation he's in right now, but he's not speaking up. Just waiting to see how this goes.
So as the moment of silence continues on after Rykor spoke, the air moves from tension to awkwardness as you stand in front of all this food. Your body's starting to betray you, since it's the first time that you've encountered real, good, like Tillith plain food in a long time. For some, not so much for others.
Go me.
I mean, let's not dock Genghis's cooking, though.
Dog's a good cook.
As almost if betraying you, your stomachs begin to protest openly louder than what your voices do.
What's in front of Asteron right now in terms of food?
Mashed
It's
potatoes,
just fucking
hash,
jacket.
roast duck, many different vegetables and meats.
Any beverages?
Looking about, there seems to be enough placemats and places to eat and whatnot that equal up to your group. Each of them having a cup, but looking at the cup itself, it doesn't seem to be filled.
Huh. Takes his finger and he just picks a little piece off the roast duck. Just trying to test if it's poisoned. Smelling, tasting.
If I really wanted to poison you the first time your host speaks, then I wouldn't have gone through the trouble of making the food and killed you while you were unconscious.
You say that, but that's just what you want us to think.
I mean, he just points at Asteron as he just drops to the ground unconscious.
Oh,
Fucking Christ.
this is how. How's this gonna work then?
I mean, it doesn't have to. I'm offering you food. I mean, if we want to change this to fisticuffs, I'm all game. Haven't
Hell
broke a
no,
sweat in a
I'd
while.
rather not.
No need for that. No need for that.
Aren't you
Okay.
still unconscious?
Oh,
Yeah.
am I actually unconscious?
Yeah, you're still unconscious.
Oh, so that wasn't a joke. I'm actually unconscious.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Great. Wonderful.
Please stay like that the entire time.
So what you're saying?
Was it
We're
actually
allowed this
poison?
food?
As you guys watch, you look at Riker move to one of the open areas, sit down, and begins to eat.
Oh. Suppose if I'm being offered food, it would be rude to refuse.
As the scene still plays out, like Asteron just looks like really pensive to... Not Asteron. Arsis looks really pensive to Asteron, and then back to your host as... Excuse me. Ooh, that was a rolling one. As she just gives him a pensive stare as the host gives a chuckle and a roll of his eye as, with little effort, consciousness seems to come back to you, Asteron.
What happened?
I think you're about to take the seat and eat the food that I graciously offered you.
Right. Takes up the piece that I guess back on the table and he eats it, staring at him. How does it taste?
It's pretty good. I mean, it's not outstandingly above pretty good. It's like a really solid 4.
Out of 5 or 10?
Out of 5.
Okay. I grab the glass. Is there any, my throat's kind of parched, so...
What are you in the mood for?
Oh,
Don't
let's
be
see.
picky.
Yeah, that was a
God
trick
damn it.
question. I really don't care. Just think it.
Okay, I think... chocolate milk.
As you start to feel the sloshing weight of your cup being full. As you look into, you see a dark browned liquid substance in it.
Never actually had chocolate milk, so I don't know. He starts drinking all of it. Can I have some more?
As you think of that, once again,
Gonna be honest, not sure if I missed this or not.
But that being said, I seem to have misplaced. I'm guessing I'm also missing my tome as well, right?
you're missing everything besides your clothes.
Okay, I'm just gonna misplace a lot of stuff. Not to infer anything, but did you you happen to have my stuff?
Oh, steal your ish? Yeah, I took all of it.
Would you mind giving at least one piece back? I had a ring. Could I please have that back?
Maybe.
I have a similar question. I would very much like all of my things back, please. Pretty please. Thank you very much.
You should try the
at
duck.
this- What?
Sorry?
He says in response, you should try the duck.
Not a big fan of duck.
Asteron gets out. I'm guessing there's a steak knife.
There's actually no cutlery.
Okay. Then Asteron.
How big is the duck?
Football size.
Okay. Asteron, thinking about what he might be inferring, on a hunch, he's gonna take his fingers and start digging into the duck, seeing if he can find his ring. Just tearing it apart.
Oh my god, no.
Is it here? No, that's a femur. Let me see.
What the hell, Asteron?
It's just gonna be doing that. Greasy fingers everywhere.
So as he was doing that, what were you saying, Fiona?
While they were talking about that, Fiona kind of reaches up to her neck. Is my locket missing as well?
Yes.
Okay. At that, her eyes widen. She starts freaking out. Can I please have my locket back? It's really important to me.
He just continues to smile as you guys continue to dock all the things that are important to you to him.
Not sure.
I'm gonna sit down next to Riker and start fucking tearing into something.
I'm not sure we're asking the right questions here. What is it that we can do for your mage? Presumably you brought us here for a reason.
As he just slaps the table. That's a smart ox guy. You know, with everything that I've gone through, normally when I come up against someone bullheaded, they normally don't come to conclusions that quickly. I have to say, I'm impressed.
I just stone face.
As Asteron looks back up, greasy fingers. So my ring's not in the duck.
It would have been funny. But I think the lack of a ring is still funny, he says with a smile.
Asteron's hand kind of shakes a bit. Right. So what? So as you, what do you want?
As you are all coming to terms with what it is that he's looking for, which is something out of you, Arceus finally speaks. He wants for us to do him a favor.
I think I'm already in this mess because I owe someone a favor. I'd rather not get in the business of owing favors.
Have you any choice?
Clearly looking like I have less and less choice. Quite frankly, I'm not too happy with.
Well, I guess you're only speaking for yourself. I seem to be dealing fine with it.
I'm sure you are.
What is it you want?
Fine, I'll stop playing coy. As he closes the book and tosses it to the side as it looks like it's about to fall and hit the ground. But the moment it gets a couple of inches from it, it stops and like reverses in gravity and begins to levitate itself back into one of the empty slots in the bookshelf. So the plane of the dark. That's a really crappy place to be found in.
Wait, so that they weren't joking about that?
Why would we joke about this?
I'm not entirely sure, but it seems rather far-fetched to suddenly wake up and be in the dark.
Well, you all seem to be doing well for yourselves, as is. And maybe you scratch my back, I'll give you all the things you care about back. That's not how the saying goes. Nah, fuck it.
Again, what is it that you want?
There's a particular person here that I don't agree with. That I would prefer to be handled.
You seem to be a rather capable individual. What is it that we can do with him that you couldn't, let alone without all of our equipment?
Yeah, you see, that particular person's really good at getting over the things that I can do, per se. So it makes things a little bit difficult.
How does he get over things that you can do?
You know, for just being immune to arcane magic, that kind of ruins a lot of things.
Okay.
So wait, would Astron know about, like, in terms of like arcane magic, light magic, dark magic? There's a difference.
Being one that uses magic in itself, yes, you would know there is a very stark difference.
And I would know that arcane magic wouldn't work very well on dark, correct? Or things
It works
Basically,
less, but
works
it doesn't
less.
make it immune.
immune. Do you have any idea why this person is immune to your magic?
Because he's a prick.
Okay. Well,
That's
you see,
helpful.
I mean, I can't speak for all of us. In fact, I think I only speak for two of us. But, well, three. Three of us use magic. I mean, how do you know that this person isn't also immune to light and dark?
Oh, if that's how you go about fighting things, that would suck. But it's something that I need handled. And
What do you mean, go about fighting things? I don't fight things at all.
Welcome to the dark, buddy.
Oh,
You're gonna have to learn, friend.
he just like stands up and like wipes his eye a bit. That's funny.
Well, if you're gonna have us go out and deal with this person, are you expecting violence out of this? Because then I'm gonna have to need something to use for that.
We're gonna need our weapons back.
She said.
Sure. I wouldn't want you to go out there bare bones. It won't serve my purpose if you die in the process.
Right. Also, I don't think. I looked at Brazilian. Do you have a tome on you? Or did you, at least?
No, I never had one on me.
But you
Coming
can
in here.
use one, right?
Yes, I have the capability to do so.
Okay. Good to know. I'll just like my one tome back, please.
Does Rasslin have a tome that he could borrow? He has a bunch of books here. Maybe he could have one that Rasslin could borrow.
That's up to thought. Do you?
Me give you a book? Give you a tome? Give you a magic tome? Yeah, no.
Well,
It would make
Uh,
Brazilians battling easier, and it would probably make this a lot easier for us.
I'm sure it would. But you made your way here with what you had already. I'm pretty sure that's good enough.
I didn't make my way here on anything.
We get it. You don't fight.
Well, I would like to go home, please.
Can we just leave him here?
Fiona!
Yeah, no.
I'm sorry. He obviously doesn't fight. He'd be safer here, is what I'm saying. I'm not implying anything. He'd be safer here.
That is true.
I mean, not like I
outside of
say
the
that it's a
door.
problem, but I normally don't do well with people like him. Too much
What
fur.
do you mean? Oh.
I've shaved
Fair.
recently, thank you very much. I can't do the same thing in the future. You've taken all of my stuff. My cosmetic kit, I need that. That's got my combs.
That's been made very clear. What are the details of this particular arrangement? Does this individual, when you say deal with, disappear, end, an accord? What are we talking about?
Killing him would be fantastic, but in all wholeness, all I really need for you to do is take his tome and bring it back to me.
Oh.
And where do we find him?
You see this very big, looming, super obvious black spire? Yeah. He's in there.
Of course you would be.
Okay.
Oh. Okay. Okay. That's not Castle of the Black Sun. That's
No.
That's the spire, right? Okay. Alright. Are you also trying to get out of here, by the way?
Not particularly.
Seems pretty comfy here.
Huh.
I mean, if I wanted to, it's as simple as he just like reaches his arm out. It looks like his arm just begins to get bisected from his wrist, and as he continues leaning in, it just like moves up his arm as it comes to a point, as it stops. As he then like begins to retract, as his arm looks like it's coming back, and as he does, he just pulls out a peach that looks like it was just being glistened by the sun as he starts to eat on it.
That's very useful. Would you mind doing that for us?
Astron,
You guys are really bad at playing poker.
No,
I just
yeah,
don't
I
play
don't
poker.
play very much. Don't have poker face.
Oh,
I mean, I already know what most of you guys want now, he says, like eating the peach. Now I already know what you guys really want is to get out of here. It's like, you make this too easy.
Yeah.
well, is there any reason why I shouldn't?
Normally people play it closer to the chest. Especially when their life's on the line.
Find that I'm a very open person.
We'll do whatever it is that you need. Just continue with our accord. He stops as he looks at Arceus and then gives a shrug as he continues to pace back and forth. It's like, you head to the Zenith and get me his tome and bring it back to me. Not only will I'll make sure that you are returned with your items unmolested, I'll even go and see about getting you transit out of this plane into another of your choosing.
That would be.
that'd be really helpful.
Yes, but then
Very
I
nice.
need-
Oh, we know this guy when we find him.
Yeah, we need some description.
of him, the tome. You might have a lot of tomes.
So you're looking for an individual that's looking to Rykor. He points at him and, like, throwing a ball of light. It goes through Rykor and then explodes out into like an image of Rykor that is translucent and made out of light, but about 3 times the size of Rykor. So, that's a good base. He's about this size as this Riceland person, like, moves over, like, using his finger, pointing at the light as it... He's, like, using his finger to mold it into its own shape as it begins to form to this really bulk-looking humanoid with these 2 very thick arms that are about as thick as tree trunks and has 2 separate heads. One of them having this long, curved, jagged horn that comes out of its forehead. Its face only seems to secure 1 solid eye, and its teeth seem to be made out of razors. The other head seems to be lump-sided, like it's slit to the side down the even like diameter of its face. Its eye looks to be really droopy, but the one that seems to be alive and active just seems to sparkle with power and malice. Also with it having these sharp teeth on one side, but just dull and inactive teeth on the other.
Do
It
I
too
know
also
what this
having
thing
one eye.
is? Do I know what this thing is? Have I seen this before?
No.
Oh, kinda. No? Okay.
No.
Can you give us a name for this person?
That.
If that is a person?
Or this thing?
That's a very
Great.
strange
Well, that's
name.
very helpful, thanks.
The parents must have been very imaginative.
Alright.
Also
seems
slightly
like a
bit-
prophetic.
Seems like a bit of a brute. He seems so large. Why would this thing have a tome?
I imagine it's probably a stolen tome.
Is it?
That would make sense. Why he wants
I'm-
it back.
Just guessing.
Sounds fun.
He kind of just shrugs his shoulders. He's... half of him's stupid. The other one's not so much.
The 2
Maybe.
heads.
We can hopefully talk to the not so much kind and no one has to get hurt.
So, that's all he does. He just laughs.
Where's the tower from here? How far?
Oh, it wouldn't be a matter of how far. It'd just be a matter of you accepting it as something you'll do for me, and me putting you into a place close enough to engage it.
Oh,
Suppose
that's
you
very
don't
helpful.
exactly have any other options, do we?
Oh, you could say no, and I could just kick you out.
I don't think I'd last very long in the dark without anything but some robes.
But Upti and Watab would still be a problem you would have to deal with.
Wala, huh? That was
I
the name,
imagine that's
right?
his actual name.
I told you the name already.
Wala kala haulawa? Bit hab?
Ugly bitch that
This-
I wish to be dead.
Is that the translated version?
Oh, okay, that's awesome.
Translated exactly, or is that translated by idea?
I thought it a witty abbreviation.
Wow. Okay. Alright. Well, can I have my tone back then?
Only after hearing you agree. All of you.
That's...
Yes.
Luckily, your white-haired friend helped make this proposal that could be possible. I was planning on just letting your brains melt.
Excuse me?
Brain melt. You know, he snaps his finger as this limp corpse of this like half orc just like appears in front of you guys, and much like a mannequin and him with his fingers, he just like starts moving it around. You know, with no brains up here.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh yeah, okay, I'll agree.
May I ask, why so, I didn't quite catch exactly why we, as I point to my group, why you hate us? I mean, this one, I point over to the priest, obviously because he appeared in your home, I got that much, but why? I mean,
That
we
has
were like
nothing to do with
outside.
me. As far as I know, that was fully him.
Yes, but anyway.
Yeah, it's not so much as hate, more so you went on my property. I don't like it. People come on my property.
We were on your property? We
You're
didn't
in-
even realize.
You're in my swamp.
Oh.
Oh, so you're Shrek.
Maybe next time put up a sign.
That
You didn't even realize.
that I point over.
Yeah,
to
maybe if I expect people to be intelligible enough to know how to read. Are you able to read, little boy?
After I get in front of Ryan. Okay, so I think we're all going to agree to this, right? As he looks over to Raya. Come on. Don't.
Knock it
Sounds
in,
like
Bo.
fun.
Grand, he says as he does jazz hands, and at the moment he collapses his hands, like your items were never removed, they find themselves in the proper places of where they were.
All of them?
All of them.
Does that include the cat, or is this just weapons?
This is just
That's a
weapons and items.
Okay. Oh,
Including
Wonderful.
necklaces and rings?
All items.
Nice.
Oh,
Okay.
I don't.
I have one more question. Did you dress me in my sleep? I don't sleep in my robes.
He just smiles.
It's
Oh,
really
God.
creepy, man.
That's very creepy.
Well, what can I say? I have a prophetic need to get balls deep in everything.
Okay. Right.
Astron looks to
Creepy at all?
Riceland. That's fucked up, man. Really. That's coming from me.
A lot of things is coming from you, but I think those are things that probably are private. He says, looking at you with a very meaningful look.
Okay, so let's just go. Let's go back to the tower, and let's do this.
Are there any?
My axe is already out. I'm ready.
Are there any defenses the tower has we should be aware of? The last time we interacted with it, it was shooting us.
The tower, shooting at you. It sounds highly unlikely.
Yeah, there was that.
I'm sorry, how does a tower shoot at you?
I don't know.
I mean, I don't know, maybe
It might have been like a defense mechanism.
maybe you could enchant a tower, but the power to be involved is absurd. Quite frankly.
Maybe it was the tomb.
Still
The
happened.
tomb.
Just tell
Maybe
me what I saw.
Maybe whoever's in there used the tome to enchant it for a defense mechanism.
Divine
You don't
shoots at you.
You don't
I mean, if
really
it was just
enchant from a
you-
tome.
Hmm?
You don't really enchant from a tome.
Oh, well, I'm not magic. I don't know.
I mean, Divine shoot at you because maybe it was the guy that we're trying to kill shooting at you from the top of it, and you just couldn't see him.
I don't know. Raya was shooting at it, and it was shooting at us.
Well, I suggest, for one,
Wait, Raya was shooting.
I highly doubt that it was shooting things, but sure, if you go on that, you have more information on that than I do. Other than that, you can expect more lesser beings of Utabi and Watap to be around the vicinity.
Not gonna be immediately hostile, are they?
Oh, they'll beam your brain in if they want.
If they
No.
want.
Those are a lot more stupid than ugly bitch that I wish to be dead. So,
You're really committing to that name, aren't you?
it's better than calling them by their own name. It's kind of hard.
Okay. Well, I guess we're doing this.
Yeah, see? It's like, so we're all in agreement then?
I'd ask you to put us around half a day's travel outside the tower at first light.
Everybody's happy with the food they eaten?
It's fine, I suppose.
I technically didn't eat any of the food,
I did.
except some chocolate milk.
I didn't eat much either.
Can I have a sandwich before we go? Like a good ham one with cheese.
No.
Okay, how about like a good grape fruit?
Can I just wrap my arm just around and just cover his mouth?
Yep.
I just want the food.
I'm digging my fingers in a little bit, trying to get my point across that he needs to shut the hell up.
Alright, so we're in accord. As he raises his hands and looks like he's about to snap his fingers. Oh yeah! You guys are strangers, so just to make sure, he smiles as he snaps, as everything goes white. As the warm sound of the fire that was crackling in the back of your ears fades as it's replaced with the loud and very aggressive noise of the dark plane as all of you go out of the whiteness that was there and back to a visible sight once more. And as you look around and absorb your information around you, you begin to see that you count your number as you're down 2.
Oh no.
Which two?
Bratsulian and Arsis.
Oh no. That's not good.
That one.
What?
Fine, sure. Take the sneakiest of us. That makes perfect sense. As he shouts out to nothing. Okay, this is great. This is great.
He's doing it to make sure that we come back. So that
Oh no, I realize that.
motherfucker.
Can we see the tower?
As you turn to survey your surroundings, as always, the tower being a forever bastion directly north, its size seeming to be all the more looming as you're this close to it as you've ever been.
Certainly a large tower. Also, the dark plane looks horrible.
It
All
is.
of this is
Welcome to our
horrible.
world. Welcome to our world.
Been like that for a few cycles now.
Okay.
As we get to this point, as you start to really understand the gravity and gravitas of your situation, I'm going to go ahead and take a break.
Yeah, figured.
Alright, so
Ass motherfucker!
thank you guys for watching. We're going to be back in about 15 to 10 minutes to continue on with Requiem, Empire of the Lost next week, ? So, we'll talk to you guys in a bit. Peace.
He's not as bad as he could be.
You guys are all really rude to Akiyama for no reason.
Well, there's a reason why Astron's root to Akiyama, but you don't know.
You didn't know